Alright everybody, welcome to this special episode of Selling Cars at GCorp, and today we're going to do extensive test drive of this particular mini truck, and it is a Subaru Sambar. Why it is special is because we're going to show you how it is performing on a highway with the load. The load of this particular mini truck is 350 kilograms. Which comes out to be some 700 pounds or something like that. But today in the back of it we have a 2010 Triumph Bonneville, which is my personal motorcycle, and it weighs 500 pounds. Also we have some tools, and as you can see, the weight is strapped here and here, and to the back holders. As you can notice, there are plenty of hooks all alongside of the bed on all of the sides, and also you can use things like this headache rack. You can hook to it at any point where you prefer to do it. But let's do a quick walk around, and let's show that even though that it has over 500 pounds in the back of the bed, it's not sagging. As you can see that there are still plenty of suspension travel, so it's not sagging, it's not sitting on the rubber bump stops. The reason I placed the motorcycle forward, and my associate here was insisting on placing it sideways so we can close the gate, is that I would like to show you how much room you have in here. Let's say if you have a standard 1500 truck, US made truck, if you would put this motorcycle, and I had a truck like that, if you would put this motorcycle, the back wheel would sit on your tailgate when it's flat. So in order for you to put a motorcycle, you would have to have your tailgate open. Where on this one, the back wheel sits inside the bed and it almost closes, but if you put it slightly sideways, then you'll completely be able to close the tailgate. So I have it strapped in right here just to show you where it is. And as you can see, this mini truck is absolutely beautiful. It's 26 years old, and it has some 15,000 miles on it. But it runs absolutely nice, and actually right now we're going to go ahead and finish the walk around of it, and we're just gonna go ahead and take off and show you how it performs on the highway. This particular version is 660cc, 4-cylinder Clover 4 Subaru engine, which is an amazing motor, and it is 4-wheel drive at the push of a button, as well as one extra low gear. So it does a total of 7 gears, 6 forward including extra low and 1 reverse. As we move towards the front, I'm gonna open the door, and we will be able to see extra mint interior, and we're going to talk about that during our test drive. And one more time, let's go ahead and get the shot of it from this angle. Alright, so it's time to perform a test drive. We'll see you at the warehouse. Alright, and off we go. So this particular mini truck is a pretty highway friendly truck. So right now we're driving through the rural area, and even though that it's almost reaching its maximum load, it does it very nicely, as we're going to demonstrate off this traffic line. It is quite warm in Florida in the end of March, so However, the air is still fresh, so we can use a little bit of a blower fan to cool down the cabin. And off we go. Third gear. And into fifth. My keys are banging in there. It's fairly quiet inside of it as well. And because the motor is in the very back, you barely hear the motor. All you hear is this kind of a pleasant whine. But right now we don't even hear the engine. But as you see, we drive nicely within the rural area, and no problem whatsoever. Also notice my leg room. I'm what, 5'10", 5'11", something like that. But as you see, I'm pretty good with the lever, so my arm is kind of stretched all the way, as well as I have plenty of leg room. So we're neutral, gonna shift into fourth, and shifting is very nice. Typical Japanese shifting. The truck performs really nice. So on the clock we have 23,000 kilometers, which comes out to be, I don't know, some little over 10,000 miles. Shifting is really nice. You can see it's just so easy. Just very smooth lever action. I mean, just super smooth. So ahead we got a couple of bump stops, so let's see how it performs. Let's take it slightly faster. It does not bottom out with a bike in the back. And now let's go ahead and take it just a little bit faster. I will slow down, there we go. And it does not bottom out. Surprising, man, that's surprising. Land Cruiser 80 series bottoms out there just because of its age, and because most of the time the shocks are kind of almost dead, and the springs on the 80, if they have never been changed, they're very soft. So Land Cruiser 80 bottoms out there, and this one does not. That's kind of surprising. Well, let me take it just a bit faster to see. That's our last one. And boom, boom. No, it does not bottom out. That's pretty good. I'm surprised. Wow. The shifter is really good. Really good. All right, so while at the traffic light, what can we talk about? The four-wheel drive engages nicely. You just press this button and the light comes on, and you can drive in four-wheel drive, unlike many other trucks or 4x4 four-wheel drive vehicles. In this one particular, you can drive. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We are in four-wheel drive mode. Accelerating nicely. Really nice, man. This is amazing. However, you do not want to disengage four-wheel drive while driving, because it makes this kind of unpleasant noise, like kadunk, or so to say. And you don't really want to do that. If you want to disengage it, you gotta do it. You gotta do it while stationary. So let's say if it's a bad weather out there, we're in 4-wheel drive right now. And we're gonna stop, put in neutral, disengage 4-wheel drive, and off we go. First gear on it is very short, so actually I usually start in second. I just kind of forgot to do that because we have a bike in the back, so now I start in first. But just if you do not have any kind of load in the back, the second gear, for example, we put second gear and we kind of roll it the clutch and bum. See, I didn't even have to burn the clutch, nothing. So even with the bike and second gear, not uphill, it starts nicely. So the first gear is very short on it, and which is good. But it also has an extra low gear, which we're going to demonstrate later the way it works. Once you engage extra low gear, 4-wheel drive engages automatically. It's a little short distance of bad road ahead, and we're going to jump through the railroad crossing, so prepare for the noise. Not bad, not bad. So the extra low gear, once you move, the clutch is very nice and soft as well, you know. Very nice soft clutch, pleasant to operate. You know, you barely notice the clutch at all. You know, if you know how to drive manual. But let's go ahead and show it into extra low. For example, the spring to the left and to the right is the same resistance. Let's say if you want to go into first or into fifth or any other gear. But if you go into first and then push it a little bit more, then that's an extra low mode, and you would push it forward. And once you push it forward, the 4-wheel drive light comes on, and for example, I'm not pressing the accelerator pedal right now, I'm just releasing the clutch and we already crawl forward. So that's a crawler gear that actually is very nice if you're uphill or off-road, and especially if you have cargo in the back, which we're going to demonstrate later. So alright, so let's wait for this light to end, and we're going to go, and Interstate 4 that goes through Orlando is right up ahead, and we're gonna make a right turn on it. Okay, what else we can talk about? The interior in this truck is exceptional, and one more time, my associate over in Japan does really good work picking up the cars. This particular I got from the first owner, and it is really nice condition. Very clean. Very easy to operate, very easy to maneuver. And we're into third gear, and let's go ahead, third gear uphill, and I give it some gas, foot down, revving it up, fourth gear, revving it up, fifth gear. We're good to go now. This mini truck is amazing. It really is amazing. I just turned on a little bit more air just because it's hot. And I usually, when I drive it on the highway, I kind of stay in the right lane, but as you notice, we are keeping up with traffic through the center of the city on the interstate, so no problem whatsoever. I'm sure everyone around is amazed at what's going on here. this tiny little flea carrying this fairly large motorcycle with the highway speeds. And under braking, oh my god, that cement mixer is horrible. All kind of stuff flying from it. Oh, that's pretty bad. Particular area of Interstate 4 is in very bad shape, and as you can notice, we have construction going on and it's going to be a nice road. But even though that we're driving on a fairly bad road right now, it does very nice. The steering, however, is kind of sensitive, and maybe just because it is cab over, so at the speed like this you kind of slightly gotta get used to it because it is sensitive, you know. Just a little turn and you're already in the left or right lane. So you just gotta get used to it. I'm just gonna keep my distance because that cement mixer up there, all kind of crap flying from it. So I'll just back down a little bit. So right now we're doing some 50 miles an hour, and I don't even hear the motor, to be honest. I don't even hear it, so no problem at all. And I'm actually about half throttle on it, so yeah, to be honest, barely touching the throttle, just a little bit for it to keep going. And I can't go faster, it's just nowhere to go, you know. I cannot really start passing cars with a full load, you know, or maneuvering left to right and things like that. Yeah, but no problem, operation no problem at all. Talking about mini trucks, this particular mini truck is, in my opinion, the best overall mini truck. There are many brands and models, but this particular is the best out of them all. And I've driven them all except Mitsubishi, which I don't even want to drive. You know, it's just not the mini truck I want to drive, or want to have, or sell. Just because of their bad reputation in the US, you know, I don't really want to deal with those. No vibration on the wheels, so let's go ahead. We're gonna pass a couple of cars on the right. They're in a slightly slower lane. We're doing 60 miles an hour right now, very smooth. We're gonna go into the right lane. Very nice, very nice, very user friendly. And you can do four-wheel drive at the same speed, just no problem at all. So that's another great part about it. And we're going to go into fourth gear. The lever is exceptional. And from fourth we're going to go into third. That's a little too much. We'll go back into fourth again. There you go. Just such a good job it does, amazing. At the same time we get infinite miles per gallon. That means $10 gets you full tank, runs forever. There we go. We're in a nice, maybe 15-degree hill right now. I'm sure you cannot see it on the camera, but let's see how it does with the first gear. Considering that's a full load in the back, just give a little gas. Oh, no problem, man. No problem at all. No problem. You don't even have to guess it. Very nice. Very, very nice. We're gonna try to overtake this truck ahead of us. ahead of us. A lot of bumps and jumps and dips in the road. So we'll see how it does. We'll see if it's gonna bottom out or not. And gotta go behind the truck. And into the right lane, and now we're gonna go ahead and overtake it. Fifth gear, going nicely, man. There you go. Nicely. No problem at all. No problem at all. Take all these cars on the left. Fourth gear, foot down. We're gonna jump a little bit right here. Fifth gear. And we're good to go. This particular engine is called Clover 4. It's a 664 cylinder. However, it is probably the fastest out of all 660s. However, if you're ever driven a supercharged version of Suzuki's engine or Subaru's engine, this one does not have that extra 12 horsepower, and you can slightly feel that. In order for you to kind of accelerate, you do need to put your foot down, but that's no problem. You know, it's not like it's making some unnecessary noises or things like that. This road is really bad here. And this truck does nicely, man. I'm amazed. I've never had this truck with so much load in the back of it. I had a Vespa once in the back of a Honda, and Honda really struggles on the highway. I mean, they really struggle. So fifth gear, left lane, everybody's on the right, no problem. Passing cars, no problem. I'm doing about 60 miles an hour. Actually accelerating, I just don't want to go over 60 miles an hour. Uphill, no problem. Now downhill. Okay, I gotta give it some gas, foot down. We're doing 70. There we go. I'm gonna back it off a little bit. And it doesn't flow, no problem at all. The steering wheel at this speeds are slightly sensitive, you know, you gotta kind of get used to it, because just a little turn and it wants to go into the next lane. But that's not an issue. This is just the way it is. It's a sensitive steering. Plus, don't forget, I'm sitting on the wheel, so it's a cab over. So it would feel especially sensitive just because it's a cab over. Alright, so what else we can talk about? Interior is extra clean. Let's turn some radio, see what happens. Go ahead, find the radio station. Oh, that's an AM radio. Oh, there you go. Might as well turn it off. So at least it's original, you know, it's done by Panasonic. This is a Super Deluxe version. It's kind of nicely loaded. Vinyl seats, radio, diff lock, and we're going to talk about all that later. Also, a few sensors up there, and exhaust overheat sensor, oil sensor, high beam, 4-wheel drive, and handbrake, and everything works. All right, let's go ahead. First gear, off we go. see Ford F-150 ahead, and we're not that far behind. I'm actually passing this guy. This is a 660cc motor. It's pretty much motorcycle size, small motorcycle size motor. So it does really good for what it is. We're in fourth. Alright, so everything is very nice and clean. Interior is excellent. I mean, the detail job on it was very extensive. It just looks amazing. Excellent. Everything is perfect, considering the fact that this is a 26-year-old car. This truck does run on light truck tires. They are 12-inch tires, but they are light truck tires. So these tires are designed to take weight. So it does have those tires and have plenty of tread on them. Alright, so now it's a kind of going to be a tricky turn, because after we turn, the road is going to go uphill. And we need to accelerate up to about 50 miles an hour, because that's the speed of the traffic on this road. So we're going to see how this particular truck does it with the load, because it's going to be foot down acceleration uphill. We'll see how it does it. Alright, so meanwhile, what else we can talk about? Everything is extra clean, super nice. Seats are very clean. This was a running vehicle all the way until December. I bought it as a so this vehicle was purchased. When it was purchased, it was a running car. It's not like it was sitting somewhere in somebody's yard or an auction or things like that. This particular car had a full registration all the way up until December 17th actually. All right, so let's go ahead. Second gear, foot down, third gear, and now we're gonna go uphill. Let's see if Mercedes on the left is gonna pass us. Ah, there you go. We'll lose this drag race. Turn the second gear of the blower fan. We're doing 60 miles an hour. That's its most comfortable speed of this particular mini truck. It does go faster, but at 60 it's just its most comfortable speed, which is 100 kilometers, more or less. Shifter is amazing, just very nice, very smooth operation. Wow, very solid. Tires, however, do sound. I mean, you can hear them. It's not like they're you know, asphalt tires, the ones that you cannot hear. Let's say I've put some tires on this Kei trucks and vans that you can barely hear at all, just like a regular asphalt tire, like your Michelin, let's say, or things like that. This particular tire has knobbies on them, on the side. And alright, so this has been rather a long traffic light. And talking about tires, I've put some tires before on Kei automobiles, vans and trucks, and they do really well, but they are not light truck tires. So if you are going to carry 350 kilograms, or what would come out to be close to 700 pounds in the back of your truck, you do most likely need light truck tires, because if you are going to put just some okay tires and you're going to load it up as much, the last thing you want is a blown tire at 70 miles an hour on the highway in this automobile. So and the selection is not that big. The Yokohama makes tires, and they more or less pricey compared to Chinese tires, but that's the tire to go on a light truck, I would think. And we're accelerating nicely, as you can see. Gonna pass the truck on the right, and the Chrysler and the Toyota, they didn't get away from us a lot. So we're gonna go to the right lane. We're gonna see if we can catch up with at least Toyota. Right. And we're cruising nicely, about 60 miles an hour. As you can see, nobody's passing us on the left, and there are cars on the left. But we're almost at the warehouse, and after this hill I'm going to go ahead and slow down. And I'm just going to let go of the gas and brake in. And there we go. Making a turn. Look like it's sprinkled here. Let's see. It's a rainy day today, so I'm really taking my chances bringing this mint truck to the warehouse. And my mint bike, that's the last thing I want to do, is get caught in the rain with both of these items. Gear, and now we're going to go ahead and do our off-road performance test. Let's see what happens there. Alright, so now we're in two-wheel drive mode, so let's see how it does in that up that little hill. Turn the T-lock on, four-wheel drive, and we'll do extra low gear. Okay, let me back out a little bit. Problem at all. I'm gonna try to make it right here where it's a little straighter. So first gear, let's see how it does in the first gear. This four-wheel drive off. Oops. So that wheel is spinning. Let's go ahead and turn extra low. Four-wheel drive on. As you see, no problem at all. And now we're gonna go ahead and try in this position, first gear. See if we cannot get to it. Extra low, diff lock on. And no problem at all. So I think this makes for a great automobile, not only as a daily driver, but also as a light off-road car. I mean, it will get you on the beach, off the beach, with a bike in the back. And this is going to conclude our special episode at GCorp Garage. Drive safe.